Welcome to the Choosing Happiness podcast with me, your host, Rudrani Devi, the Happiness Lady. In these conversations, we will be discussing an uncommon way to find joy in your life with weekly special guests. Did you know you could choose your happy? Won't you come and play and discover how these magical tools could work for you? Let's do this! Well, howdy y'all, Rudrani Devi of the Happiness Lady even wrote the book about it. Choosing Happiness, an uncommon way to find joy in your life. That's right, shameless plug as usual as we dive into another episode of the Get Happy podcast. And folks, I am so freaking excited about my next guest. She's so super accomplished, gorgeous. Let me see here. Best known as Taj, actually, Tamara Antrice Johnson-George. That's right. That's all her names.
Oh.
You know, like me, I have 4 names too. She's an American singer, songwriter, rapper, which I did not know about. I only recently found that out when I was Googling the crap out of her. A model. And if y'all are on YouTube right now, you better get on over there because she is eye candy beyond the beyonds, okay? And she's an author like me. She's also one of 6 kids like me.
Yeah.
But she's the youngest and I'm the second to the youngest, you know? So without any further ado, Taj, honey, thank you so much for being a guest on my podcast.
Why, thank you for having me, darling.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, you're finishing off the year for me because this is the last episode for 2023. And I'm excited to get into 2024.
For both of us, because this is it for me, too.
Girl, I know. When we get off the phone. Okay. So you guys, just so you know, it's really the 22nd of December, 2023 at the moment. And we are both ready to just get in our pajamas and sleep until next year.
Get down. I'm going to wash my face and I'm going to grab a bag of popcorn. I'm going to go downstairs on the love sack and start watching all the movies I downloaded and never watched.
Yeah, they have a beautiful, it's like a theater, isn't it? If I remember correctly, like a theater downstairs.
Yeah.
And like 10 dogs. No, not 10 dogs. We got 3 dogs. It feels like 10. It feels like 10 dogs.
2 dogs.
2. Oh, okay. Okay. They were puppies when I was there the last time, which has been a while. But that's not what we're here to.
Dogs. The ones last time you were here, they passed on. Now.
Oh. Yeah, you know, it has been forever because I probably met you in 2006 or 7. Baby. That's right. You know, I'm going to tell that story very quickly because I met you at my clinic, right?
Yes.
So, did somebody either gave you my name or because I knew your husband
to you prior to me. He told me about you, and I told my sister about you. Remember, she brought her daughter down for her alopecia.
Yeah. Oh, that was incredible. I mean, here's the thing about when you're doing healing sessions, just so you know, the people you're working on have to be willing to receive.
Mm-hmm.
And this child was was more like a little woman. I remember her that way. And she had alopecia really bad, a little low self-esteem. Kids are mean, you know, all the things. You know, we both have this thing about bullying and abuse and all that, which I want to get into because we both have that in our wheelhouse. But then I had her come for a follow-up visit and she had all this new hair growth and her confidence through the ceiling, you know, so that was amazing. And then things happened and then I had to close my clinic down. Some of y'all know that story. If you don't, just Google my name. It's the first thing that pops up. So I digress. So we both had these very challenging childhoods, it appears.
Yes.
You know, one of 6, second to the youngest. You were the youngest. What's that?
6. So my mom had 5 kids and my dad had 5 kids. I made 6 on both sides. So I'm like 6 twice. I'm 12.
Jeez Louise. That's crazy. That's crazy. And while you were a kid, you lose your dad to cancer. And then you eventually lose your mom
to cancer.
And then you all get like parceled out or something.
Yeah, we were all separated. Well, I grew up with my 3 younger brothers because I'm sitting there at 52 and my oldest brother is like almost 20 years older than me. So most of them were already adults by the time my mother passed away. It was just me and my 3 younger brothers who were not. Actually, my youngest brother had just turned 18. So he he was basically shoveled out the door and told, "You're an adult now. Make it happen."
Oh my goddess. And in Brooklyn,
Yes,
y'all, that's not easy.
it's
That couldn't
not.
have been easy. I mean, I lived in a podunk town, Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I never got, I never got out of Tennessee. My dad was a scientist.
Oh, nice.
So he worked at the plant where they, built the atomic bomb. And then I went to UT Knoxville, and then I went right there. Then I came to Nashville to sing in an all-girl band. I don't know if you knew that.
I did. I remember.
Oh, I couldn't remember if I'd ever told you that I sang, because I usually, with clients, I try to keep that. But we were friends also.
Yes,
And
I remember.
grateful to have been able to reconnect in a grocery store. She's going out and I'm going in. Oh my God, girl. So, okay, then you go to college and then you get asked to audition or something. I don't remember the story. I read a little snippet somewhere, but
Technically,
what's
I
the story?
did go to college. Now, did I attend classes? That is another question. Yes.
That sounds like me in Sunday school. I
Yeah.
used to go to McDonald's and, for the
I
for cherry
graduated
pie.
from Julia Richmond High School in New York City, and I went to community
Oh my
college
God.
because I couldn't afford to go to a major school. So I
Right.
went to Baruch College, which is the city college in New York City, and I had a full scholarship. Talk about wasting funny money. So I go, and I just wasn't ready for college. I wasn't prepared
Yeah.
mentally or spiritually. I literally just left my family's home. I moved out because it was a little abusive and
Right.
just
Very abusive.
unstable. So I moved out, and I just wasn't ready to be an adult, and my my grades really suffered. By the time I was asked to leave, aka kicked out, I had a gigantic GPA of 1.7.
Oh my goddess. Wow. Well, I mean, I
got lucky.
had a
The
full.
reason I left
Funny.
was because I was pursuing a music career that had fallen into my lap, and it was one of the best things that had ever happened to me. So maybe it just wasn't time for me to go to school. I went back 10 years
Right.
later and completed my degree.
Yeah, you went to Belmont
I did.
because they got a big old picture of you up in there. Because
Hey,
they do too now. Because
don't have
you
to
royalty. You royalty. Well, it was in there the last time. I used to be a lot of people's projects
uh-huh.
because they have the recording industry classes,
Yeah.
and so people would ask me to come in and sing one of their songs or whatever. So I was in there recently to be on a panel.
Uh-huh.
And like an alum panel, although I never went to Belmont, I just recorded there a lot. And Mike Curb, I believe owns
Mhm.
all of that. And I used to produce music videos for a couple of his stars,
Yeah.
back in the day. But it's just funny. But yeah, they've got a few pictures of people that
Oh, I have to
people
go
might know.
look around. Who knew?
You'll have to go take a look-see look, see what all that's about.
Who knew?
Okay, so tell me, how did you fall into this music thing, y'all? And we're going to get into who she really be in a minute because it's very impressive. Anyway.
Well, I grew up with a few girls who could also sing. I was always in a choir. I did chorus in elementary school. I went to a performing arts middle school and high school.
Wow.
My girlfriends were in a group where it was 4 of them, but they couldn't get the last 2 girls right. Something happened, or would always happen, where they would have to audition somebody new. Well, it was my turn to audition. I was asked to come in and audition, and I think I probably would have been able to sound like a fish out of water. It didn't matter because the producer thought I was cute. So he was going to put me in that group regardless. I could have walked in there with 1 eye and a half a tooth. I was going to be in that group.
Oh my heavens. That's crazy.
So I sang a little song, and yeah, I made it. Shockingly, I made the group, but it narrowed down to just the 3 of us. It seems like the 4th girl would never work. So that was a sign. Maybe we need to just keep it at 3, and it has been extremely successful as 3.
And they didn't know me at the time because, I could have been number 4
You
probably.
could have been number 4. Anybody could, apparently, because it was a rotating door.
Yes, I was the 4th SWV from this month to this month. So SWV, she's already let the cat out of the bag. Sisters with Voices.
Yes.
R&B, amazing. I mean, your harmonies were. So I love harmonies. I'm a lead singer in my band.
Yeah.
And then I sing in several other people's bands as a background vocalist, and I play percussion. And occasionally I play electric violin, like if we're doing a Prince tribute show or something like that. But I make everybody else sound great. Because I don't know how much of a lead singer I am, but the harmonies, because you were doing harmonies.
I love harmony.
That it just, to me, the harmony, that's what fills out the song.
I
You know?
love harmonies. I harmonize with everything. It drives Eddie crazy. If I hear a commercial, I'm harmonizing. If
Yep.
the dogs are snoring, I'm like,
I do sing in the grocery store. I do. Like they'll be playing the music and I'll be singing the harmony to it.
oh
That
yeah,
is no joke.
oh yeah, I love harmony.
That's absolutely no joke. So then this little all-girl band ends up being one of the most iconic women's groups on the planet, selling over 30 million.
Yeah.
Or no, it's billion.
No,
It's not million.
hell, if it was billion, I'd be in that bunker with Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay, so it's million. It's million. All right. Well, I can dream big. It ain't over yet. It's all of that. And you guys were easy for me to say, Ro. Recently, you know what? Hold on. It's a lot easier when this isn't in. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Invisalign.
Yeah.
Invisalign. It is so good, Invisalign. Oh my God, it's fourth time for braces. I even had my orthodontist on the podcast because I said, you made me get my happy smile back. So all the things. So what was it like to have this whole tribute to you guys at the Black Music Awards last
It
April?
was cool. The Black Music Honors is a award show that they have every year, TV1, and they honor artists who have accomplished, I guess, great things throughout their career. During our 31 years as a group, we were nominated for every award under the sun and lost every one of them.
What?
All of them.
Those people are high.
Even
what's their problem? Didn't they listen to your music?
our
Come on.
song "Weak" is 7 times platinum, international. It is one of the best-selling songs of all time, and it never won a Grammy. So the Black Music Honors decided to honor us last year and recognize the accomplishments that we were able to make, and it was incredible. The artists that came up and did our songs, they sang to us so well. We're sitting there crying because it was so surreal at that point. You hear these people singing songs that we sing every other day, and it just sounds different coming from other people who are singing them to you in admiration. So it was just,
I love that you said, in admiration, because you're probably one of the reasons they even got into it.
well, so many people tell us that all the time. We made babies to your song. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, it's that kind of music. You guys, if you look at the music videos back in the day, those skirts were so short. The one that really kills me is when y'all are riding horses in short shorts. Well, who rides a horse?
It wasn't like it was all day and we were hopping. No, we weren't doing that.
Crazy.
Over here.
I love horses, you see, and all the things. But I wouldn't even ride a horse in shorts. I don't want to get that smell up my cooch. Horses get sweaty and all the
shower right after that.
But yeah, of course. But your music videos were iconic too. That's how I got to know you guys.
I never liked our videos. I didn't think they were creative enough. I didn't think that they were. They didn't do it for me. For me, I wanted to see color. I wanted to see some kind of transitions that made it seem like a mystery or an uplifting moment. Our videos to me were just normal videos.
Well, what about the one when you guys are inside the pinball machine or whatever that thing is? I'm not sure what it
was. Like one of the biggest ones I hated. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand
the motorcycle. I didn't either because the guys were like googly-eyed over you guys inside of a box.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Weak. I just thought Weak was the worst video ever. Why are you telling?
And that's one of your biggest songs.
You love them and they make you weak in the knees. You love them so much that you can hardly speak, and you're boxing in a boxing ring. I don't get it.
Yeah, no.
I didn't get it.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they were showing that you were actually strong?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I still didn't get it.
I don't get it either. And I used to write up these things.
I didn't start really enjoying our videos until Use Your Heart. And that's when there was more of a creative aspect of it. Like you're sitting there and you're staring into this guy's eyes, and all of a sudden everything around you just starts to change. The grass is green. It turns from concrete to grass and waterfalls, because that's how it makes you feel.
Right.
Videos should be able to make you feel what you're watching. And I was not looking at Weak to see somebody box.
I love it. That's so funny. Yeah, that is an interesting one in the beginning where they're kind of fighting. Yeah, your girl against. All right, okay, we're down. We're gonna do. And I'm like, okay, it's almost like, I don't know, like you're on a playground
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Hey,
my
yeah,
scene, I'm
yeah, I
killing
want to get
somebody in
you.
the sauna. So I'm like, I love you so much, I'm gonna kill you.
That's right. And sometimes it's like that too, y'all. You know, have you noticed? Well, I love the story because I remember asking Eddie how the two of you met, and he makes it sound like because y'all met at a mall,
Yeah.
as one does. I think you guys
First
were
time.
performing. Yeah, the first time you met in a mall, and he makes it sound like you brushed him off. So now you've got to actually tell the story about how it
We
really happened.
have two totally different stories that happen at the same time, and I can tell you unequivocally mine is the truth. So
Okay.
we're at
It's
the
gonna
mall.
be like revolving door. We're gonna have like the like a Hallmark thing where they show one version and
Yeah.
then it flips and you see the other version.
His version is I don't know where he came from. Like literally, I'm at the mall of Florida with my ex-boyfriend. I was there with my ex-boyfriend. He was there at the mall with his teammates because Ohio State was playing in the Citrus Bowl. He
Okay.
came up to my ex-boyfriend and I got separated. So I'm looking all over for him and I'm frustrated because I can't find him. And I'm like, he knows I'm looking for him. Why isn't he answering his phone? What's going on? As I'm walking around the mall trying to peek in stores to see where he is, these guys walk up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're that girl from SMV. Can I get your autograph?" I'm like, "Sure." I signed the paper and I walked away. He's like, "You brushed me off." What am I supposed to do? Take you to lunch? I don't know. You sign the paper and you keep it moving. He
That's
wants
right.
me to stop and have a full-fledged conversation. I'm looking for my man. I gotta find my man.
That's right. That is hilarious. It's not at all, I don't remember it being told to me that way.
Yeah, no, he's like, I walked up to you, signed an autograph, you signed it and threw it at me. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. If that was the case, he would have never came back to me if I was that rude. He's so full of
Sure. I love it. Well, we know how devious he is anyway.
it.
He is. She's married to a gorgeous fella, you guys. You guys? You gals? You people? He was a Tennessee Titan running back when I met him. And incredible. We both trained at the same gym. And sometimes we were training at the same time, but I could never do what he was doing. I remember he would do these push-ups with a plate on his back, and then his Joe, our trainer, would have me sit on the plate
Yeah.
while he was doing
He
these push-ups.
was crazy. I couldn't do that.
Well, he's extreme anyway. I tried to run with him once, and his legs are like twice as long as my body, so there's just no way to.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I really don't. So, well, okay. We got to take a little pause for my sponsor because that's how we pay the bills. And I'm so grateful for Mandu. You've got to check them out, girl. There's like 3 studios in Nashville. Mandu. Girl, it's a 15-minute workout. You put on a suit. You look like a Borg, okay? It's got all these little TENS units in it that I don't know how to say, a TENS unit actually is like a little electrical charge on your body. And you do these really simple little movements like this. And then after 15 minutes, it's like you've worked out for 5 hours. I'm going to send you the video so you can see it. But meanwhile, you guys, if you're on YouTube, get to watch the commercial. And for those of you that are still on Spotify and Apple and all the other places, you're only going to get to hear about it. So we'll be right back.
Mandu is a boutique fitness studio concept, and we are actually the first FDA cleared EMS training workout. And what we do essentially is that we will have a client come in, we will hook them up to a whole body EMS suit, and then we perform a workout on a medical grade device called an eFit device. And that device will send an electrical current to their body through electrodes in these suits that we put on them. And this electrical current is just basically stimulating the electrical current that you already have inside your body. So everybody is made up of electrical impulses. It's what helps you walk, helps you move. We're tapping into that and making it stimulate it more to where we can cause a muscle to actually contract involuntarily. So we can actually create resistance without adding a load to the body. So that is why we, as you see online, it always says ultra low impact. It is scientifically proven. It is absolutely ultra low impact.
And we're back. We are here with the beautiful Taj George. How are you doing, baby?
I am good. Thanks for having me again.
That's right. After our little commercial break. Okay. I want to talk a little bit more because I touched on it. I guess we're done talking about your love life. How long y'all been married anyway?
We've been married for almost 20 years. June 20th, 24 will be 20 years. And
Oh my
we've been
goodness.
together for 26 years next year.
Dang, what took you so long to marry the boy?
He took forever. I was about to leave his butt. We were dating, and at year 5, I was about to finish school. I was thinking, you know what? I put in enough time here. If he's not sure what he wants to do at this point, I can't sit around and wait for him to decide I'm worthy. Oh no, I need to go on because these little ovaries are getting old, and I would like to have a family. So,
Oh my goddess, you're
before I could
killing
walk out the
me.
door on him, he proposed and kept me here for another 20 years.
Well, you get it when you get it. He was like, uh-oh, she means it.
He was hitting that clock though. He was pushing that clock.
I get it. I got married 2 weeks before my 40th birthday.
Oh.
But I didn't have no children either. But anyway, I decided I was too old to start having babies at 40. So that's why it didn't happen in my world, y'all. That's okay. I'm the favorite aunt.
That's right. That's right.
Of course. So the one that spoils them, all the things. So yeah, I would like to talk because you have all these other careers. You were a Ford model for a couple of years. How did that happen? Because you are model gorgeous.
Well, thank
you. I look at the videos and I think Coco. You all were beautiful, but you were like this. I don't know, like an Adonis or something.
Gosh, thank you. I don't feel that way, but I appreciate you thinking that. I was
amazing legs.
So I guess being in New York and being in the group and being popular at the time, the agents at Ford Models, they noticed me and offered me a contract. I was signed to Ford Models for 2 years where I had fun. I did some shoots. I didn't do anything major, but I still had a career. So I had fun. I had fun, and it was fun to be able. I still have my. I'll show you. I still have my book. I still have.
Come right back.
My composite book. So.
Oh my goodness!
All my little pictures are still in there.
Oh, I love it.
That's not me.
Okay, well, that's not you. No, that's definitely not. Oh, girl.
That's me. Let's see. That was me.
That's crazy. Look at you.
All before I had babies.
Look
Destroyed my body.
Well,
everything else that went along with it.
Your cheekbones and your lips and your eye. Forget about it. You're gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, these were the fun, good old days when I could walk around with no shirt on, no bra on, and my breast stayed up.
Yeah. Those were the days.
That wasn't going to happen no more after he was born.
You're hilarious.
Him and everything dropped.
Your body doesn't forget, though. I've seen people that has had babies that managed to get all perky again.
Oh, well.
We need to talk, girl. I'll hook you up.
Okay.
So then after that, is that when you got married? Was after the Ford Model Agency?
Oh, no, I didn't get married until 2004, but I was modeling back in the 90s. It was the 90s.
Okay.
In my 20s, my lovely 20s when, like I said, everything worked.
Yeah.
Knees worked. Everything worked. I can see far distance. Now I can't see.
I know. I have to put my glasses on just to look at you. Well, I'm going to show you a picture. Hold on. This is because my mother found this. I moved her in at the end of 2020, and she found this Newsweek magazine that I was in. And this, I don't even know if you were born yet. You might have been
71.
Okay, so yeah, this is 84. You're closer to my age than I remembered, but because you look so good. So this was me in college, and don't laugh at the hair, please. The bigger the hair, the closer to God. That's me.
Oh,
Is that crazy?
Wow, you look amazing. I would pay for that body right now.
You can have that body. And this is the guy I was dating at the time. We were both models. And he would wear a white suit, and I would wear a tiny little black dress, and we would go win disco contests.
Wow.
Here's another photo of me with my big hair.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
Body it's amazing. But you
always
had
had a great body at one time. I did.
It was like your selling point. You always had a great body.
Oh, girl, thank you. Well, I work hard for that body. I worked out this morning for an hour. So with a broken wrist, I worked out.
I work out this morning, but I still like to eat, so it just negates everything.
Girl, I eat more than I ever have. It's crazy. It's just,
I'm gonna clean up my diet in the new year. I'm gonna start like everybody else. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna lose weight. No, I'm just gonna stop eating junk food. That's my goal. I have to get.
well,
I'm too old to be a kid.
occasionally you can have a donut like right before you work out.
I
You
don't
can have a
know
donut.
how to do it in moderation. If I have one diet, a donut is gonna turn into a Krispy Kreme dozen.
Well, that's the thing. You got to buy one donut and drive home before you even put it in your mouth.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I don't know how to do that. It's called.
Okay.
I'm addicted. I have an addiction
I
to sugar.
I forgot about that. You had a birthday and it was all sweets.
Yes.
It was all cupcakes and cookies and
I don't.
and ice cream.
I don't smoke. I don't party. I don't do anything. But if you put me in a candy store, call the police because I'm taking everything. I'm taking
I love it.
everything. I'm taking everything you have in the back. I'm taking it all.
You know, it had to have been hard to be. I don't remember which season it was. It must have been really hard to be on Survivor. I knew some of the people that were doing that show, and I remember they were looking for a baller's wife.
Yeah.
And that's how they found you?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
They were looking for someone who would be prissy and pampered and not want to get dirty.
Oh my God, that's
what Brooklyn.
How was it for you to be on that show? I watched every episode. I'd never even, I'd heard of Survivor, but I'd never watched it. And I was in a wheelchair at the time because India had just happened, the terrorist attack, and so I was like every week just hanging, waiting for the show to come because I knew you. I wanted you to win. I really thought you were going to win.
Oh, I thought I was. Close. Yeah, I was. My alliance, Jalapal 3, they turned on me. They were worried that I would win. I probably would have, so they did the right thing. But
I guess
I never watched it before I went on either. I was never a Survivor fan until I got the call. Yeah, they're looking for somebody who would do this. Well, do you want to do it? I had to first watch it because I had never watched the show before in my life.
Oh Lord, didn't it scare you?
No, it really was not that hard. The hardest part of being out there was being away from Eric. He was 3 at the time.
Oh, Jesus.
My baby. Every day I was like, oh, I miss my baby. I miss my baby. I'm sure they were like, shut up.
Well, how long were y'all filming?
You're away for 2 months. And it's, of course, 39 days. You have to survive for 39 days. I made it 37 out of 39 days.
Wow. Yeah, I thought you came in second. Did you come in second or fourth?
4.
Okay. All right. I remembered it wrong, but I was like rooting for you. I'm like that woman in the theater going, Taj, that guy's going, you gotta go faster. He's right upon you. Go, Taj. I was like rooting for you from my wheelchair.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I had a ball on Survivor. It was like, I didn't think I'd be able to do it because it seemed like it would be so hard. But honestly, you'd be surprised what you could do when you don't have a choice. You're out there with nothing, no tissue, no food, no clothes, nothing. But what do? Die? No, you have to make it. You have to move forward. So that's what we did. We moved forward. And after a few days, it becomes a lifestyle.
How funny. So you didn't notice, like body odor is a thing that I wouldn't be able to handle.
Well, the thing is, again, if you're in something for a while, how you get a nice perfume, you put it on, you can't smell it anymore. You become desensitized to it. But anyone who walks up is like, oh, you smell good. It's the same.
Right.
You're around a bunch of funky people all day. Eventually, you don't even smell it.
Wow. Well, makes sense. That makes sense. All right, cool.
The first person you smell is yourself. You're the first one stinking around you.
All right.
Come in, you all blend.
Yeah, for me, it's my little goat cheese moment. Like, what is that? What's going on? Well, and you get to bring like 2 or 3 items with you that don't they let you keep a couple of things? One item. What was it?
I bought a picture of my son.
I knew it. I was going to guess it, but
picture of Eric.
What was the hardest thing on the show? I can't believe I'm asking all these. I know like 4 people that haven't been on the show.
Honestly, that was the hardest. Like literally, and this is so horrible to say. Not horrible, but I guess this is just my life. I grew up poor. So there were plenty of times I didn't have food. I was used to that. There was plenty of times we didn't have clean clothes or a comfortable place to lay. Just all that stuff. I felt like I had the leg up on everything. This is what I did for a living when I was a kid. So now I'm blessed to have a ton of stuff and resources. But then when I went back out there, it was almost like I just fell in line. Hey, we're back where I started.
Right. Yeah, and cellular memory is something else because
Yeah.
that's how you knee jerk back into. It was like this isn't exactly the best example, but when you say that, what I remember is when I was in the hotel in India, and I heard the gunfire, and where I went was I had a director that I used to represent back in the day when I was a film producer, and he ended up eventually going to New York. Well, he lived in New York. He would fly down to do music videos with the company I worked with. But he eventually went back and joined a startup called, you might have heard of it, HBO. And so yeah, he was one of the writers and first executive producers and directors for a little known show called The Sopranos. And so he sent me on VHS. Now I've really dated myself. He sent me like the first 6 episodes, and there was one episode where Tony Soprano's in a restaurant with his cronies, and they're eating the pasta, and this guy walks in, and Tony kind of taps like, that's the guy, and he sits down. The guy orders pasta, and then another guy comes and sits down and gives Tony the signal, and Tony says, drop. So they all go down to the ground. The guy shoots the guy that just came in. His face falls in the pasta. Then they drag him down the aisle, through the kitchen, roll him up in a carpet, throw him in a dumpster. Sure enough, the guy's coming around the corner, grabs the dumpster, hauls it off. And I thought, that's what's going on. When I heard the gunfire, I said, it's a disgruntled employee or something. They just come to get one person. We just need to get out of the way. And the reason why I'm alive is because I basically said, everybody get under the table now.
Yeah.
So 6 of us got under the table. 2 were killed. 3 of us were shot still, but it's really hard to point an AK-47 straight down. Yeah. I felt the shells hitting me, but fortunately I got hit in areas that did not kill me.
Amen.
So yeah, but it's like that. I'm like, I went through a lot, healing from that,
I'm sure.
and so it's all small stuff now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. When I came home from Survivor, I just remember while I was there, I would look up at the sky. It was so clear and pretty, and just you could see every star. When I came home, I looked up and I'm thinking, I'm under the same beautiful, clear sky. But now I'm here where all my blessings are sitting here waiting for me to enjoy. Whereas I sat outside in a jungle and didn't realize I was still blessed to be able to stand there, see this beautiful sky. I didn't have all the material things, but I was okay.
I love your perspective, honey. You know what? You are blessed, and it's my interesting point of view that you are so blessed because of your attitude, of your fearless gratitude, I guess I want to say. I've only known you to be a positive person and a loving, kind person.
Oh God!
And I don't know if you realize
around the house with these guys here, it's different.
Well, maybe you're giving me the best of you. Maybe you're giving me the best of you, and that's okay too. But we're all cranky pants. I mean, sometimes I am such an asshole to my poor mom. She's 90, and lately she doesn't hear very well. I had on a sweater earlier. Lately, yeah, she got hearing aids, but she said they don't work. So yeah, Lord, girl, it is. She's very comical. She gives me a lot of material. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a sweater on earlier, and then I ate hot soup, and so now we're getting ready to do this call. I went, I got to change. So I put on. I love this shirt anyway. The little tigers. Now I'm dropping everything, but I change into it, and she was cold, so she came over to this side of the house. I said, "So do you feel better now?" And she goes, "Well, yeah, I like that sweater, but I like this top too." I was like, "All right, lady, all the things." And I have to stop myself from going, "You didn't hear what I said." So this time I'm just like, "Yeah, I think it looks pretty good."
Just go along.
That's called allowance, y'all. That's called allowance. Mm-hmm. Oh, just for me, just for fun. It's okay. That's not a big thing. Again, small stuff. Well, okay. So we still have to talk about this author thing because you're also an author. You've authored how many books?
Nice.
Yeah,
2 books.
I remember the second book because y'all signed it for me.
With the Married for Real book?
No, the second book, the one about a baller. What is it?
They hate her.
Yeah.
They hate her, how to avoid the beatdown and live in a drama-free world. That was actually my first book.
Oh,
Trina and
I don't have your second book.
Yeah, the second book is called Married for Real. Eddie and I wrote that book together.
When
But
did
it
that
didn't
come out?
take off like we thought it would. It didn't, but it was an incredible book. We literally opened up our hearts and our relationship to really minister to other couples, but it just didn't fall where it should have. And it's okay because we
You
did
know,
it.
there's
We enjoyed
seasons for things like that. There's really seasons because my first two books I thought were going to do really great, and I thought people were going to hate me for this one.
Yeah.
Some people were like, "How in the world are you going to choose happiness?" And and it's just tools. I mean, I basically throw myself under the bus. And these are the way. This is, these tools could help you do better than I did,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And they're really a way I live my life. But it was a bestseller in the first day that it came out, and I didn't even promote it. It's just evidently, with the hashtags and everything else, people found it really easily.
Yeah.
And it's also an audio now. It speaks 8 languages,
Wow.
which is crazy. I know it. It has its own. It has its own website. I did over 50 interviews with different people that interviewed me over this book. It was crazy, but it was not what it's not even a big book. I mean, you can read it on a plane.
Yeah.
Right. But it touched a lot of people. I mean, I recently had a woman I teach all these classes online and in person when I'm invited to go. And she was from Argentina, and she's taking the class from me. Didn't choose Argent. I could have gotten her translation if she wanted it.
Yeah.
I've got enough people, we're in 179 countries, Access Consciousness is. And she said, I was going to take the class because it's based on another book that 2 other people have written. Yeah. Relationship, Are You Sure You Want One is what it's called. And so the class is called Relationship Done Different. And it's about honoring your mate, having trust, honor, vulnerability, all the things that make a creationship, right?
Yeah.
And she said, I was going to take it from Brendan, who was actually one of the authors. But she said, but then I found out that you'd written this book, and this book was the reason why I was even in Access. It changed my life. She's going into this whole thing. So she's taking the class for me. She goes, I don't even understand half of what you're saying, but I love your energy so much, and you changed my life so much. I wanted to take the class from you. And you don't know. I mean, it's like your book may not, they have seasons. Yeah. Those first 2 books I thought would be big bestsellers. Simon & Schuster was going to publish the first one, but I didn't write it within the 1-year anniversary of the terrorist attacks. It's been 15 years now. Oh, yeah. But I was still in a wheelchair. My husband had left me. I mean, the story wasn't over.
Right.
I hadn't even started walking yet. And they wanted and so by the time it was finished, I was like old news. They didn't want it anymore. All the stuff.
Yeah, it happens. Well, I'm working on my 3rd book now. It's actually my autobiography, and it's more of a therapeutic journey for me because I still had a lot of emotional issues attached to my childhood that I felt like was hindering me from being my best self. And the only way to really work that out is to write it out. You have to get it out. If I can't talk to someone, I can definitely talk to myself with a pen and get it out. That's
true story.
It's probably going to take me right before I die to finish it, but at least I'm working on it.
Hey, girl, if you need help, I actually have a creative writing class that I teach. Not that you need to take it, but if you need some help with something, I'm happy to be there for you.
I need to get out of my own way. Well, I had a very traumatic childhood. So when I start writing and rehashing some of those things, it becomes a little bit overwhelming. I have to put the pen down and walk away for a couple months or however long it takes.
That's when you need to come and get your bars run, girl.
Oh.
Come and let me run your bars.
Yeah, okay.
There's a process called trifold sequencing system. So you guys don't go out there and find a bars facilitator, please, because you'll feel great after you get your session.
Okay.
But basically, these 32 points on the head that when you touch them in different groupings, they it's not that you forget, but it's like a delete button to the cellular memory where you get a charge from it. And then we run trifold sequencing systems energies through those same points, and it works on clearing all the PTSD systems that are stuck in your body.
Yes.
It's actually pretty amazing. Yes. So we'll have to talk.
I have a friend who is.
Oh no, please, is it puppy love? Is it a puppy?
Oh, yes. She's scratching my leg because she wants to come up here, and now she's going dead weight on me.
Oh, Lord. Oh. Look.
Say hi.
Oh.
Say hi, woman.
Hey, baby.
Nairobi
Angel.
That face.
That face.
Hi, Roro. Mwah. Nairobi Angel. She's a twin. Well, a fraternal twin. We have
right.
His name is Richard Duke. Look at her face.
I know. She looked like you woke her up from a nap or something.
Scratch my leg. She's spoiled rotten. She has to sit in my lap.
I can't imagine that she's spoiled. You know, it's like I want to come back as one of your pets.
Oh, rotten. She's rotten.
Wow, that's sweet. Well, goodness gracious, girl, I could talk to you forever. I might have to have you come back and be a repeat offender after you write this book, for sure. But, you know, it is called the Choosing Happiness podcast.
Let's choose
So,
happiness.
that's right. So, you know, I'm sure my listeners are just dying to know how you get your happy on. Is there something you do just for you?
Well, I have a couple things. Of course, my biggest thing is I like to indulge in sugar. It makes me happy. It really does. Like, I get this high when I'm on my little sugar fix. But for the most part, just being at home, being able to relax with my family, being able to play with these dogs. I like the simple things in life. I don't need to sit around and have massages all day, candles burning. I just like to sit still because I'm constantly moving. So to be able to sit back and relax makes me happy.
I know what you mean. I love getting in my hot tub every morning. That is my meditation. I commune with Mother Earth. I talk to the squirrels. I literally had a conversation with a squirrel the other day, sitting on the fence. I mean, it could perceive me, you know, because energetically I was just looking at it and thinking, you're so cute. I wish I could pet you. And then it looked over at me and goes, so we're like back and forth. Like all of a sudden I'm speaking squirrel. It's really weird.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what gets me happy is connecting with nature. It's like when you were talking about looking up at the sky. I know what you mean. It's like when I do a show, I always get in the hot tub after the show and look up at the stars. And it's just my happy place.
Okay, here we go. Eddie clicked in and everything went crazy. I'm like, where is
Eddie? We're not done yet. Back off.
Right.
Is he downstairs? No, he's upstairs with you, or he was just clicking in on
I
it?
don't know where he is. He tried to FaceTime me, and since I'm on the computer, he came through the computer and it took me off of your screen. I'm like, where is everybody?
That happened. I had a phone call come through, and although I said no to it, I had to click back on the Zoom I was teaching. I was like, where'd you guys go? Oh, there you are. So technology. So funny. Can you imagine though, if somebody wanted to really sabotage your podcast or whatever, they could just continuously call you. That would be crazy. It'd be like the Matrix.
Excuse me.
Bless you, girl. I know it's seasonal here, y'all, in Tennessee. We have very schizophrenic weather right now. One day it's 21 degrees and the next minute it's 70. So I don't know. That's how it's been. Thank you again for being my awesome guest.
Ronnie, I love you.
I love you too, girl. We got to get you back. We got to get you in my office. See this table over here?
Yes.
We need to get you on that table.
It looks comfortable.
It's nice, and it's got a heated pad. It's called a biomat. You might want one after you lay on it. It heats up. It's got what are the purple rocks now? I forgot. Oh, amethysts. The whole thing is made out of amethysts. So it conducts this energy that actually relaxes the muscles in your body. Might help you with that cough. I don't know. We'll see. But
gosh, this cough is driving me crazy.
Well, if you're around for a while, you need to come get on the table. We got to get you on the table, girl. You'll see though that this access bars, I'll send you a link, girl, but it actually, we've been able to prove that it undoes all this stuff that keeps you, you know, you'll see. They've hooked up electrodes, and in real time while people are having their bars run, seeing the parts of the brain light up that are relaxed and the parts that are heavy disappearing. It's really cool.
Okay. Excuse me.
No, you're fine, honey. I think that's our cue to let poor Taj go. She is ready for the holidays. I think she's politely trying to tell me she's done.
My eyes, hearing and everything. Okay.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you guys enjoyed this conversation, please share it with others. And hey, if you want to always know when we've got the Get Happy going, hit the subscribe button. And if there's something you want to know or see or do on this podcast, let me know if there's a guest you'd like for me to interview. I read all the comments. I am that person. I am. All right. So thanks again.
Bye.
Until next time, y'all. Ciao, ciao for now. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for choosing happiness. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, share, and give us a like. And if you want more happy, subscribe to the Choosing Happiness membership, where you can play directly with me, Rudrani Devi, the Happiness Lady. How does it get any better than that?